Welcome to the Shopify GraphQL Object Designer video. In this video, we will cover how to use mutations to update the shipping address of an order and amend inventory levels. You will require BPA Platform 2021 or above and the Shopify GraphQL connector. You will also require global IDs for various Shopify objects. A detailed explanation of how to obtain these can be found via this link. The BPA Platform related software can be downloaded via the partner area on the Codeless Platforms website. Let's take a look at the order we will update in the Shopify admin area. Here are the shipping address details we will focus on. In BPA Platform, we will open the access token configuration we created in a previous video and select the GraphQL Object Designer tab. In this example, we will use a mutation. Mutations are analogous to POST, PUT, PATCH, or DELETE requests in RESTful APIs. Let's click Add and select GraphQL Mutation Object and click OK. We will click the Base Object drop-down and select orderUpdate. You can name this if you wish and then click OK. This has created the top-level object as seen here. We will start by establishing the input relationship. This is to define the structure of the input argument. These fields will be available for mapping within the next step of the task at design and runtime. Ensure Order Update is selected and click Add. We will start by establishing the input relationship and click OK. In the Child Object drop-down, select Input and click OK. The parent object is shown as orderUpdate, and we will select the Input Child object, which relates to the next level in the structure provided by Shopify. If we click in the input arguments for the input object, we can see the fields that are available at this level. In order to adjust the shipping address, select the input object and click Add. Input relationship is the only option here, so we will click OK. In Child Object, we can now select shipping address and we will leave the name at its default and click OK. With this selected in the object structure, we can see the relevant fields in the input arguments. This has established the inputs we want to focus on coming from Shopify. When we are adding the output relationship, we can control what fields we want to be returned from the response and any child items that are related to them. The benefit of defining the specific output fields we want returned means that we will not be under or overfetching data and therefore reducing the payload. We can specify the output relationship by clicking Add and selecting Output Relationship, and then clicking OK. We will specify order as the child object, leaving the name at its default, and then click OK. A new tab has appeared, and if we select Output Fields, we can see the ID is already selected. We will select other fields we may want to return from Shopify, such as email, fully paid, and name, and click OK, and OK again to close. Let's create a new task and name it Order Update and select the Design tab. And in Browser, Tools, Data Connectors, let's drag in a Shopify GraphQL connector. As this is a simple task, there is no input, so we will not configure the data source. Click the Connection tab, and in the drop-down, select the connection we made earlier. Now click the Mapping tab. In the Object dropdown, we will select orderUpdate with an operation of execute. Let's expand the operation data folders. You will need an order ID for the order you wish to update. As this is a quick demonstration of the procedure, we will drag in a fixed dynamic function to emulate an input that would normally come from other steps. And in the Value tab, we will paste in our own order ID. Click OK, and then click and drag to map this to the ID field. Let's take a quick look at the fields we want to update in the Shopify admin section. OK, let's drag in fixed dynamic functions for address 1, city, country code, last name, and zip. We can provide a value for the address 1 that we want to be updated in Shopify. Then click OK and link this to the address 1 field, and then repeat this for the remaining values. Click OK to close this window. At this point in the task design, we would normally add another step to consume this data as part of an integration solution. For example, passing a value to a staging database to mark orders as processed. But for this GraphQL mutations-focused demonstration, we will leave this and we will now save and close the task. Let's queue the task. Once this has completed, we can look at the order in Shopify, and after we refresh, we can see the shipping address has been successfully updated. In this example, we will create an object that will be used to update stock levels in Shopify. Let's find the stock item variant with the available quantity value we want to update. Back in BPA Platform, let's open the configuration we created previously. And in the GraphQL Object Designer tab, we will click Add and select GraphQL Mutation Object, and then click OK. In the New Object dialog box, select the base object as inventoryAdjustQuantities. This will automatically become the object name. And then click OK. As we can see, this currently has no inputs or outputs, so we will ensure this is selected in the object structure, and then click Add and select Input Relationship. Then click OK. As before, we will select the input child object and click OK. And now we can click Add with the input object selected to create another level of input relationship and click OK. The required child object for this purpose is Changes, and then click OK. As we can see in the input arguments, this gives us these fields. The inventoryItemId represents the item variant we wish to update, and the delta field represents the amount we wish to add to the current stock level. Let's now click the top level object and click Add to create the output relationship, and click OK. In child object, we need to select the available option, then click OK. And we can see the output fields that are available. For this demonstration, we will select Created At and ID. Then click OK. This object has now been created, so let's click OK to close the configuration. We will now create a task to use the business object we just created. Let's create a new task and name it Inventory Adjust. Select the Design tab, and in Browser, Tools, Data Connectors, let's drag in a Shopify GraphQL connector. As this is a simple task, there is no input, so we will not need to configure the data source. Click the Connection tab, and in the drop-down, select the connection we made earlier. Click the Mapping tab, and in the Object drop-down, select inventoryAdjustQuantities, and in Operation, select Execute. Let's expand the operation data folders. As before, we will add fixed dynamic functions to emulate an input that we would normally get from other steps. Reason is a required field for updating purposes. In the Value tab, we will give this the value of safety_stock. The Shopify documentation outlines this in more detail. And then map this to its respective field in the right-hand column. The name field represents field headings such as unavailable, committed, available, and on hand. We will input available as this is the value we wish to update. Click OK and link this. The delta field represents the amount to be added to the current available stock amount. We will give this a value of 100 and click OK. And then map this. The inventoryItemId is the specific item variant we wish to update. You will get this from your Shopify store. Then click OK and link it. The locationId will reference an ID from Shopify and will follow this format. Then click OK and link it. We can now click OK and save and close the task. Let's queue the task, and once the task has run, if we look back in Shopify, refresh the page, we can see the stock values have now been updated. And that's it for this BPA Platform Quickstart guide. Call us for further information or visit codelessplatforms.com. Thanks for watching.